Hello everyone. Today we're going to look at whether the Queen met Lilibet while the Sussexes were over here for the Jubilee. Yeah, there has been reports in the last few days that the Queen did not actually meet her namesake, the Sussexes' second baby. So we should go to have a look into the situation around that, see if we can find anything out, what the cards have to say about it all. But before I begin, if you're new here, hi, hello, please consider subscribing. If you've been here for a while, whether it's a few hours, days, weeks, years, thank you so much. I do appreciate your support. There is stuff in the description box below for my social media and all that stuff. And that's, yeah, that's about it. So please share, like, it all helps me out. And let's get on with the reading. So we're using the Morgan Greer cards. Greer. And we are going to do colour cross spread. So did Queen Elizabeth meet her great-granddaughter Lilibet Mountbatten Harrison is the question. Mountbatten Harrison, Mountbatten Windsor. My brain. Oh, so we're starting off with the Empress, and this is motherhood, this is caring, this is loving. So this can well refer to the Queen as wanting to meet somebody who's very gracious, wanting to meet the child, very loving, can be a mother, grandmother type archetype, somebody who's very giving, very warm. See what's crossing her. Page of Pentacles. Okay. So, depending on the other cards, this could have been something maybe happened with Archie. I think he's a Taurus. That has maybe stopped her meeting Lilibet. It also could be something shallow, because Page of Pentacles is also to do with, it can be a younger earth sign, but it also can be relating to something shallow happening, something to do with money, something frivolous. So we'll see what the rest of the cards say so we can interpret that. What is known about the situation is, well, the Jubilee was going on. There was a lot of interest in everything. There was changes afoot. The Queen had mentioned about Camilla being Queen Consort. There was people, everybody had all the eyes on the UK for the Jubilee. Well, not everyone, but you know. We'll have a look and see what's underneath. The High Priestess in reverse. All is not, we've got 3 major arcana here. So all was not what it seemed. Now this can relate to the Queen's health. I'm going to go with the Page of Pentacles being, there has been an excuse why they couldn't meet with the Queen. But the Queen, to me, knew that she was unwell. She knew her days were kind of numbered in a way. Because when you have the High Priestess in reverse, it often comes out as the Queen for me. She was wanting to meet the child. She was wanting to see the kid, but she knew she had one foot in the world and one foot out of the world. The Sun in reverse. There's a lot of major arcana cards here. There's something, a new start, but the split. She was wanting some good news, but it hasn't been that good news for her. Okay, that one wants to come out. I'll just leave that there so I don't. Okay. She just kind of kept it moving. It doesn't look like Queen met Lilibet. Travel, moving on. She knew they were. She knew they were moving on. She knew they were going on. And there was a burden she was tired of carrying. With the 10 of Wands there. Wheel of Fortune in reverse. That's what she was worried about. Yeah. So here we have the cards that the Queen meet. I'm going to go with no, because we have got all this kind of hopeful energy, but then we have this. So she's getting on with her work rather than thinking about what's happening next. She's aware that Harry and Meghan are moving away. They are going away from the royal family, and she feels like a burden has been lifted from her. She's worried about the fate of them, though. She does think they're on an unlucky losing streak and things will not work out well for them. And with the 4 of Wands there, it does look like she's worried about the outcome of them being an unhappy marriage, an unhappy event, unhappy stability, unstableness, where she's wanting to work and do things. She knew her fate was coming because with the High Priestess in reverse and the Wheel of Fortune in reverse there, she knew, but she just kind of went back and kind of just got on with things. But she was concerned about the future. Now I'm going to use this deck and just say, why did Harry and Meghan not take Lilibet to see the Queen? Starting off the Chariot, they're coming in, they're dashing around the place, trying to make it about them. Remember when Meghan had put her head by the window of the car and rolled the window down? Yeah, they're just kind of crashing in. It is all about me and not about thee. 6 of Pumpkins. Okay, so there's something about being generous, and it's being skewed. They are not 6 of Pumpkins, 6 of Pentacles, by the way. They are not. They want to be seen as charitable and stuff, but they're not quite as charitable as they'd like to make out. And there's something regarding charities that's kind of cramping their style a little bit around the Jubilee. There's something about being charitable that 10 of Bats in reverse. Is this because there was no photos allowed? The High Priestess in reverse at the same thing. Yeah, it is. Got the High Priestess underneath what was driving it, and the Queen. They don't think something's not being fair, and it's caused them anguish. It's caused them upset and worry. Is it because there was no photos allowed? And let's see what's going into the situation. The Devil, control. They weren't allowed control in this situation. What they wanted was glory to show off. Yeah, and they knew that was coming afterwards. They had this plan for the Invictus Games, for things coming out afterwards, that the Dusseldorf thing, all this kind of thing, they were going to show off with it and do things, but they would kind of like move on to something else quite rapidly. But the Devil there and the High Priestess in the same place, this is something that they wanted control over. They wanted to coerced. They wanted to be in control of all the event, and the Queen's turned around and said no, because the High Priestess underneath, yeah, she's turned around and said no. She did want to meet them though. There we have the Page of Pumpkins, Page of Pentacles, which was what was crossing the Queen. So I'm thinking they used Archie as an excuse to not see the Queen. But the reason was they were unhappy with something the Queen's done, which caused them distress. They wanted control over something. But they now regret it because of the loss. Knight of Swords, what they want to go charging in to defend themselves and bat off any instances that say they didn't meet the Queen. They're very defensive of it. They're very worried about they're going to get called out about it, and they'll be on the defensive. But they are caught within their own lies with the 8 of Swords there. There's a tanglement of untruths. They're not too sure which way to go with it because they have no proof that the Queen met the daughter. They have no proof of that. They used Archie as an excuse not to see him, and it did cause them some anguish. But the Queen knew, and the Devil was like, they wanted to control the situation. They probably wanted to control it, more control of the situation, because 6 of Imps, you're going on, it's about views and clicks and all of that stuff. So yeah, what do you guys think of the cards? It's very interesting. Let me know what you think down below. Thank you very much for being here, and I shall see you in the next one. Bye everyone.